Hi, I'm Natalie from ATMS and welcome to our Practitioner Spotlight. Today I'm joined by Jennifer Harrington. Hello, Jen.
Hello, how are you, Natalie?
Good, thank you. Thank you for joining us today to give you a bit of insight in your modality and what you do. So let's start there. What is your main modality and what are you passionate about in clinic?
Yeah, so I'm a naturopath, and naturopathy really is an umbrella term which encompasses multiple natural therapies. So my two key ones are nutrition and herbal medicine. And I have to say, I probably lean a little bit more towards nutrition these days, but my focus in clinic is perimenopause and the menopausal transition.
Okay, fantastic. And look, that is such a huge topic and so needed, I guess, to have practitioners in the natural medicine space to help, all these women going through that transition. So, what could someone, I guess, expect from a consultation, a naturopathic consultation with you?
Yeah. So even before that initial consultation, I've sent them quite a detailed intake form because by the time we get to perimenopause or menopause, you could be in your late 30s, you could be in your 40s, you could be in your 50s. You've accumulated a lot of things in your lifetime. So I want to know if you have any diagnosed conditions, if you're on any medications. So I want to know that before the initial consult because I spend up to an hour looking into that. I want to make sure some medications increase your need for other nutrients and some medications make some nutrients contraindicated or I'm not allowed to prescribe together. So I want to know all of that information before I actually sit down with the woman that I'm talking with. And so that initial consultation, we're then going through the intake form together. They've already filled it in, but I'm asking more detailed questions to try and find out what makes things better, what makes things worse, what have they tried? Because normally they've tried at least 2 or 3 times different things before they've come to see me. So I want to know what's worked, what hasn't worked, so that we can build a unique treatment plan for her.
That's so true. I want to bring you back to they've tried lots of things. And a lot of the times, do you find that your clients have been self-prescribing stuff over the counter? Oh, I read this, I'm going to grab it from wherever it might be, pharmacy, supermarket.
Yeah.
How do you go about that with your clients as well?
I actually find half the time that's the problem. I've got a really good example. I had a woman who was on a medication that shouldn't be on potassium, but she has previously been on potassium and loved it. So she self-prescribed it without telling her doctor. And when I looked at her intake form, I'm like, maybe your dizziness and nausea could all be related to potassium. Has your doctor said it's okay to take these together? And she said, no. She stopped the potassium, was better within a week. So
Wow.
sometimes self-prescribing isn't in your best interest, especially if you're already taking medications.
Yeah.
So that's something that I like to make sure my women realize is that although things are natural, they still come with cautions, medical interactions, and contraindications. So I want to make sure that, first of all, what we do is safe. I don't want to be creating new problems. I want to uncreate some of the problems that you've created through self-prescribing.
Yeah, that's such a big thing. And they can sometimes be on multiple things because they've like, yep, they've been taking it for years. So doing a review, a thorough review like you do is so important. So that is brilliant. And what I guess are some tips that you're always talking to perimenopause and menopause women about that they can bring home into their day? Yeah, I see that you're holding up a glass of water.
Water. Like, what is
Yeah.
the difference between a raisin and a grape? It's hydration. We
Mm.
want ourselves to be hydrated. But I would even go one step further and say, could we actually even benefit from electrolytes? So,
Mm.
with the menopausal transition, if you're feeling hot, if you're sweaty, if you're having excessive heavy bleeds, more than likely you need some more electrolytes. Now, getting back to my caution chat, if you're on anything, if you're on a low sodium diet or a low potassium diet, speak to your doctor before you try it. But apart from those two cautions, I recommend a 7-day electrolyte trial where you just take a dose of electrolytes for 7 days, see how you feel afterwards. Most women notice that they have more energy, that they think clearer, that they're sleeping better, all things that women going through the transition would like. And it's that simple. But I do also ask them to get a clean electrolyte. There's so many out there with colors and flavors and preservatives. We don't want to be adding that load to our body. We want a clean, I personally use a concentrate that I add to water, but whatever you can find that's local to you is a good way to start.
And you don't want one that's got added sugar in it, because that's, you know, reading the labels, but also having that consultation with a natural healthcare practitioner is going to find the best one for them as well. And we know, you're just speaking about electrolytes, is magnesium. So many of us are deficient in magnesium. So that's one of my favorites as well.
So Natalie, last year for Natural Medicine Week, I did a talk on minerals for menopause. And doing the research for that talk, I found that 1 in 3 people have at least 10 mineral deficiencies. So it's not one mineral across the board, it's all of them.
Multiple.
But magnesium is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
But you've got 9 friends.
9 friends.
Also,
do you think that's because we're not getting mineral-rich fruits, vegetables, or in our foods at all anymore?
I think I found 6 factors. So it can be that we're just not eating food that is grown in the soils or in like has mineral rich water, therefore it's not getting into the plant.
Yes.
It can be that we're not putting the right plants in. We're eating Franken man-made foods and not fruits and vegetables. It can be that our digestive system can't absorb them, that we've got digestive issues. It can be medications. It can be environmental toxins. There's so many different factors that make it many and not one.
That is such a great tip. Thank you so much for sharing all that and knowledge around perimenopause and menopause as well. Before we go, can you share please your clinic and where people can find you?
Sure. I'm Jennifer Harrington. I'm Clinical Director of Menopause Natural Solutions. We are a telehealth clinic, so no matter whereabouts, where you are in Australia, we have appointments from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So don't worry about time zones. We will make it work.
Brilliant. Thank you so much again for sharing with us today.
You're welcome.